Hey everybody, what's up? How's everybody doing? So, let me talk about this right now. Everything that I said was going to happen, things I've been talking about for months and months and months, well, those things are happening. Bond yields going higher. Economic growth accelerating. And the dollar now starting to roll over and give back the gains of the last 5 months. The dollar index today in the 93 handle. Now, you know, for the last 4 or 5 months, I've been telling you that the rally in the dollar was a correction in a bear market, and the dollar would give back those gains. And there are a number of reasons that I have spelled out. And by the way, this is a long-term bear market in the dollar. This is going to continue for a very long period of time. Many factors involved here, factors that I've been spelling out. Been very consistent on this. I don't need to get into it again. I want to talk also about bond yields going up. I have been steadfast in my position, my outlook that bond yields will go up because we are in a rising rate environment and not because of market factors. We are in a rising rate environment because the price setter, the monopolist, the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates. You do not go long the Treasury market. You do not anticipate or expect lower bond yields when the price setter, the monopolist, the central bank, the Federal Reserve is raising interest rates. This is a very, very, not just a fundamental trade, it's an easy trade. It amuses me when I see people out there calling tops and bond yields based on what? Based on what? It's funny. It's like a kind of a primitive mythology. It's almost like looking at a very primitive jungle tribe that has no understanding of science, trying to explain why, whatever, some phenomenon in nature is going to happen or not going to happen, and not understanding the science behind it. And this 10-year yield that we are seeing now at 3.09%, that is not the end. How many banks, big major investment banks on Wall Street, big names saying, oh, 3% is the high. I said that a long time ago. And I've maintained throughout this whole entire thing, no, 3% is not going to be the high. What is the high? You ask me? Very easy to know. I'm not predicting it now because the rate setter, the monopolist, the central bank, yes, the Federal Reserve will tell us when they're done and when they're going to start to go the other way. I also said, and by the way, we have another rate hike coming next week. That will be 8. After 8 rate hikes. The dollar is lower, gold is higher, the economy is growing faster. By the way, on that last point, why is the economy growing faster? I explained all that. Rate hikes are fiscal expansions. The government is a net payer of interest. When the central bank raises interest rates, it necessarily causes the government to spend more, to pay more interest, and that flows to income. Maybe not equally, but it flows to national income. And come on, nothing's equal, okay? They spend trillions and trillions of dollars on military and war. That could be spent on healthcare. It could be spent on education. It could be spent on infrastructure. It could be spent on the environment. That is a question of national priorities. We choose militarism and war and defense, all right? So don't give me, oh, well, it's not equal. It all flows into the same swimming pool. It gets circulated around. Yeah, it's not equal. So everything I said was going to happen is happening. Look, folks, I got to be honest with you. I don't know how else or how any more blunt I can make it, is that MMT is the way to go. It is the proper and concise understanding of the monetary system. Now, all of you out there are drawing funny lines on charts and pieces of paper. Maybe you're sophisticated and you do it on your computer with your mouse. I don't know. You're drawing lines, up, down, crossovers, candlesticks, bars, I don't know, all kinds of crazy cockamamie things. Head and shoulders, shampoo bottles, I don't know, whatever it is you do. Flags, not flags, cups and saucers, dishes, dishwashers, I don't know. That's tribal mythology. And here I am and my people sitting with pure science. I mean, we run in circles around you. Now, let me say this, and I will admit, it gets difficult at times. Yeah. We are positioned many times against the crowd, the herd, the zombies, and we have to have incredible mental game, incredible fortitude, incredible self-control to remain in those positions while the herd is going crazy. And most of you out there are members of the herd. I look at all the comments over the course of the last 4 or 5 months about the dollar. Oh, the dollar's going up and everything. You don't know what you're talking about. I do know what I'm talking about. Now, I lost a lot of people over the last 4 or 5 months. And you want to know why? The vast majority of those who left, they didn't want to wait. Patience to them was an inconvenience. Now, of course, when they left, they couched that in various different excuses. You know, oh, I have medical issues or something like that. But they didn't want to wait. Oh, you know, your system's no good. This is not a system. I'm not selling a system. I sell an understanding of the monetary system, a correct and concise understanding of the monetary system combined with the mental aspect of trading. You're not going to beat us. But a lot of people left. For them, it was inconvenient to wait. You know what Warren Buffett once said? He said, the stock market is a vehicle for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. And you could substitute for the phrase stock market, basically that applies to all markets, are a vehicle for transferring wealth from the impatient to the patient. Now, a lot of people have talked themselves into some kooky idea that taking losses is the path to success. That is put out there, by the way, everyone knows that's put out there as trading wisdom, okay? That's supposed to be very prudent advice. Take losses. That will make you very profitable. That's a crazy idea. I don't teach that. I teach mental game. I teach how to handle adversity. You know what I tell my people? When things are going good, that's bad. Like, that gets you complacent. That gets you comfortable. Where you want to be all the time is feeling uncomfortable, feeling stress, having to kind of grit it out, because that's how you grow. That's how you grow as a trader. That's how you grow as an investor. That's how you grow as a person, period. That's the way the world works. That's the way life is. Right now, all my positions are just clicking on 8 cylinders. And you know what? That makes me feel horrible. I hate this feeling. A month ago, a month and a half ago, when every day I was waking up with that pit in my stomach like somebody gut punched me, I love that. That's growth. I know when I go through that, that is growth. And it was growth, because during all that time when the dollar was rallying against me, I was selling. Now, when things are finally turning around, my profits are way, way bigger than what they were back in February. Way, way bigger. Way bigger. So there it is, folks. The inflation's there. After we're going to have an 8th rate hike, inflation is higher, gold is higher, stock market's higher, economy growing faster. Dollar's going down, dollar's lower. Bond yields higher, treasury's lower. Everything's right. We got everything right. You can't beat us because we have the proper understanding of the monetary system and we have the mental game. And for everybody who left, I mean, you really have to be honest with yourselves, because it is a glaring admission of the true motivation on your part. And that motivation is you're not in the game for profits. You're in the game for action. You're in the game for excitement. I had a guy who started off, young guy, very promising guy. In the end, he quit. But when he quit, he said, "You're not making enough trades." But he said it not as an admission to himself of that being his true motivation, the action. He said it kind of like as throwing shade at me. I'm not making enough trades. Well, where does it say that making lots of trades is the secret to success? I mean, he couldn't even see the truth in his own words with regards to what he was after. And he was after excitement and action as opposed to profit. You're not making enough trades, Mike. I have to move on. Wow. Wow. So, folks, I've said it in the past that this business will expose your true self. Now, whether you want to accept the truth about yourself or whether you want to ignore it or rationalize it away as something other than what it really is, that's your choice. I mean, you could go on your life, you could continue on your life living in a way that is not aligned truly with what you want, and then casting blame on everything and everybody else that you're not getting what you want. Or you can accept who you are and either make the changes you need to make, or just basically accept who you are and stay at your level. And don't endeavor to move up in life and grow as a person and enrich yourself and have good and nice things. No, just because that takes effort, that takes sacrifice, that takes work, and that takes having to face hard times and stress and adversity and having that mental toughness and fortitude to meet those things head on, because it's not even about trading, folks. It's about life. That's life, man. That is life. That is life. Anyway, Bruce Lee said this. I'll leave you off with a quote from Bruce Lee. A wise person can often be found alone, whereas the unwise needs to be in a crowd. We are the wise. We are the contrarians. We are against. Not because we choose to be against, but because the truth is a rarity. Facts, the truth, science. Most people will act on belief, and most people want to be in the crowd because that gives them a false sense of security, or that gives them a sense of security. And in fact, it's a false sense of security. So we have it all. If you want to sign up and become part of this group, go to pitbulleconomics.com, sign up, at least for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. And we also have zombie trading. Check that out too. Bye.